Do you need more time or money to make music? Well, if that's the case, this is going to be the episode for you coming up right after this intro. Join me in my mission to help put at least 50,000 music artists on the right track to be independently successful with their music, to turn the talent that they have with their voice into gold. My name is Billy Nellis, and welcome to the Golden Voice Podcast. Boom! All right, so as I'm recording this episode right here, it's the first official day of summer, and I'm also looking at my acoustic work that I've been doing over here to upgrade the sound here. I think there should be a little bit less reverb coming to the mic and everything. So yeah, been working at that for a little while, and it's coming together. So with that said, I just wanted to point out that I sent out an ask campaign to my audience. All right. Ask campaign meaning that I asked, what is it that's stopping you, or, what's the biggest hurdle or the biggest obstacle that is stopping you from making music full time? And it's always revolving around two things: not enough time or not enough money to make music. And I think that's something that if you are listening to this right now, that may be one of your hurdles, right? That may be one of the obstacles that you want to overcome. And that brings me back to the story that I shared on the second episode of the Golden Voice podcast here, where I shared how I went broke spending money on paid advertising to build my music production business up online, right? And there's a principle that got me out of that financial mess that I want to share with you that is really important. And hopefully that can put you on the path to increase either the time that you need to focus on your passion of making music, or more funds so that you can actually take care of your music making expenses. If you don't understand the business side of music, it's just going to be an expensive hobby, and things add up pretty quickly when it comes to the music. And that principle is OPA, which stands for other people's assets. Okay. And when we're talking about assets, we're talking about something that can put money in your pocket and that can help you shortcut your success. Okay. You don't always need, we don't always need to create something from scratch all the time, although we do that a lot with music. But is it really? Because sometimes we can start off by being inspired by a sample, something that somebody else created, kind of like, not needing to reinvent the wheel kind of thing. So you can do the same thing with this principle because you can apply that to your music business. All right. Now, there's a few important tools that I use to run my business online, and those are vital. And by the way, if you're a music artist and you don't have a website yet in today's day and age, well, I highly recommend that you get on it. All right. It's very, very important thing to have, especially if you want to increase your presence online and run a successful music business. Right. So I use things like, website hosting, web page builder, email marketing, and such and such. So what I was able to do with these tools is, I had to take a step back and be like, okay, how can I cover the expenses for these products, tools, and services that I'm using to run my business? And how can I, leverage off of other people's assets? So what I ended up doing is I partnered with these brands. I partnered with these companies. I partnered with these influencers for those products, tools, and services. And by partnering with them, I'm able to get compensated when I recommend this to somebody else just like me that needs to run their music business online. Are you getting what I'm saying over here? Right? So if you are using some tools, products, or services right now on a monthly basis to run your music business, well, you're going to want to consider finding out how you can partner with these companies so that you can refer them or recommend them to other people just like you, so that, and then this is very important, those products, tools, and services that you're going to recommend to somebody else just like you, they need the recurring payment element. Okay, something that you are paying per month, right? so that when you recommend that to somebody else, you get compensated from the percentage of the sales that are happening on a monthly basis to the people that are going to acquire these products, tools, and services. And this is what's going to help you build some passive income, meaning income that you're not going to trade more of your time for that money. All right. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. And there's something that I need to also mention here that came from one of my top 3 books of all time, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it's the word wealth, right? A lot of us may think that wealth is measured in dollars, and that's completely wrong. All right. Robert Kiyosaki says that wealth is measured in time. How long can you survive to live your life without having to do any work is how wealthy you are. All right. If that's 1 week, that's your wealth right there. If that's 6 months, we want to focus on increasing that. If that's 1 year, we also want to focus on increasing that. Right. But, being rich, okay, and I want to talk on this subject so that you can really understand and make a little bit of a shift here. You can be $1 million rich, but if your monthly expenses are $100,000, well, your wealth is 10 months. All right, so this is really important right here, and this is why it's so cool. That concept really helped me get out of my financial rut when I even had to put my music on the back burner for a little while. So I stumbled upon this principle. I was able to apply this in the concept that I just shared with you, where I'm able to partner with brands, partner with companies, partner with influencers to leverage, other people's assets, to leverage their assets to get compensated when I recommend or refer these products, tools, and services to somebody else just like me that need them, and every single month. And then I have streams that even till today that are paying me, and I don't even need to lift this pinky to do any work, whether I decide to do some work or not. This is something pretty cool that you can implement with your music business so that you can start to get more time, right? Because life is not going to be in the way, right? Well, where, you're going to have to you're gonna need to do so many other things in order for you to make meet ends and to just take care of the bills and all that good stuff, right? Or you need to increase the budget that you need to fund your music business, right? So just imagine for a second that you have income coming in that you didn't necessarily you know have to put in any work for it to come, other than setting up the system and build that momentum so that you can build that passive income that's going to be coming in, so that you can take care of some of your bills, some of your music business expenses, some of your music making expenses, and so on and so forth, which is going to minimize the stress for you, which is not going to affect your creative process when you are actually making music and everything. So hopefully that makes sense for you right there. And this is why I decided to host a live masterclass, okay, 4-hour masterclass where I'm going to go deep on this principle so that you can 7x your profits as an independent music artist, instead of just focusing on streams and album sales. And for you to grab your spot for this upcoming live masterclass, going to be going live very soon, you can go to www.wealthymusician.live. Once again, it's www.wealthymusician.live. And this is a live masterclass that I'm gonna allow to teach a easy to follow blueprint that's gonna help you increase your profits as an independent music artist, so that you can really start to either get more time or more money, more profits to invest back in your music business. And I think that's a skill that can change the game for you, that I actually acquired for myself. And this is why, it's so good that I could not you know, I had to share this with the artist community, right? It's so good to not share with you, right? And I believe that's gonna change the game for you once you understand it and you start to implement it. All right. So if you want to grab your seat, grab your spot for this exclusive live masterclass for independent artists, the Wealthy Musician Live Masterclass, you can just go to www.wealthymusician.live, grab your spot right there, and hopefully I'm going to be able to see you on the live masterclass. So hopefully that was of value. Make sure that you actually share this podcast episode with someone else that needs to understand these principles and these concepts, so that they can also increase the amount of time or money that they can get to fund their music business. Hopefully I'm gonna talk to you on another episode where there will be more value coming on the Golden Voice podcast, where I really want to put you on the right path to be independently successful with your music and continue to just turn the talent that you have with your voice into gold. All right. So with that said, I'm going to sign out. This was Billy here from Big Shot Beats on the Golden Voice podcast. Talk to you on the next one.